Have you ever given yourself a chance to look back and say, man, I've come a long way and dang, this is pretty cool?
You know, honestly, I haven't. I'm so focused on this year and getting better and taking care of my family and doing all that I think when I'm done playing, I'll be able to look back at everything and just kind of reminisce a little bit and think about it. But as of right now, honestly, I'm just enjoying life. I'm just trying to make the most of every day. You know, it's fun to be able to roll over, hit that alarm every morning, and be excited to go to work. And that's where I'm at, and that's exciting for me.
It's crazy to think about it, but this is OTA number 10 for you.
Yeah.
Does it feel like you're about to enter your 10th NFL season?
It doesn't. It really doesn't, honestly. I feel like I just got here, and I feel fresh. I feel energetic. I think there's just the culture that's been created here. It just kind of is a breath of fresh air, and it just makes it exciting to be here and getting back to work. That's why I'm here and around the guys.
Getting to work on the field, a lot of guys who have been in the league as long as you would treat OTAs kind of just as another thing to have to do. But here you are. You're one of the first guys out there. You're staying at the end of practice, kind of showing the young guys who you were in their shoes about 10 years ago, kind of the ropes. Where does that come from to just always want to keep building, and not only for yourself, but to help other people too?
Well, because you guys are here, so I had to show, I had to be the last one off. No, I've never been like the guy that's like the first one on the field, last one off. I think that gets a little bit over talked about. For me, it's just, when I feel like I need to get some work in and do a couple of things extra after, maybe just get some mental reps, be around kind of some of the learning that they're doing with the young guys. I do that because I feel like it's going to help me, and not only me, the team in the long run. So, I'm always trying to focus on how I can get better and how I can help my teammates. So, it's not always that way, though. I'm not always the last one off the field, I promise you.
The obvious difference, of course, is a new head coach in the building with Kevin O'Connell, an offensive-minded guy. I imagine that you were extremely excited when you found out that the guy with the Rams was coming here to Minnesota. So how different has it been now that you're out on the field and kind of implementing some of his scheme?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, like you said, when you hear about the news, you kind of look back at the track record and you look back at what they did, and you're excited, right? But then you get in here, you start learning the system, and you start getting on the field. Really, it's when you get on that field and you start running through stuff, you're like, man, this is fun. It's exciting. Like I said, when I talk about a breath of fresh air and kind of rejuvenation, it's because when you get out here, it's like stuff makes sense and it's exciting. And we have a great team. We have a great locker room. We have great coaches. We have great leadership. So we just got to make sure that we keep working hard and keep gaining ground, because there is a lot of learning. So there's a lot of extra work, a lot of little details that we got to focus on right now that will help us in the long run.
We're a long ways away from week one, but what is your vision for the Vikings offense in 2022? Because so many people have an idea of what it could look like. What's your vision?
Yeah, taking that next step. I've never been like a big goal-oriented person. For me, it's always taking advantage of the day. So, my vision for this offense is every day just continue to gain ground. I had a coach a long time ago that would say, stack those bricks. So just keep stacking brick after brick after brick. And eventually you got a big building, right? You got a skyscraper. And I think that's kind of what we have to continue to do. And that's my vision for this offense. Just keep stacking bricks, keep gaining ground, and in the long run, it'll pay off.
Going back to last year, first of all, how's the ankle?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it feels good to be out here and feeling young again and fresh and not having to worry about my ankle.
You're still pretty young. Let's be real. I think you still got a few years left. But the last 5-ish games, you injured the ankle against the Lions, missed 2 games, try to come back against the Rams, then you have to miss the last 2. How much has that kind of driven you this offseason, knowing that in crunch time, you couldn't be available?
Yeah, it's tough. As an athlete, you want to be out there. As a competitor, right? Like, you want to be out there with your teammates. You want to be fighting, scratching, crawling, trying to help each other win. And to not be out there, it's tough. It's happened a couple times in my career. Thankfully, not a whole lot. But, yeah, it definitely makes you take a step back and look at it from a different perspective, and not take anything for granted. I'm not taking my reps out here for granted, because I know that who knows when who knows when I'll be done and won't be able to play this game anymore. So I'm just having fun and enjoying coming to work, like I said before.
You've been able to put together touchdowns, back-to-back double-digit touchdown seasons. But a lot of fans look and say, well, he hasn't had 1,000 yards in a few seasons. Is that something that drives you at this point in your career?
Not really. Honestly, I'm just worried about my team, trying to be the best football player I can be to help my team win. And I'm not really worried about what people think about me, because if I would have worried about that, I would have never made it here. I've always put that kind of stuff in the back of my head and used it as fuel maybe. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to get better day after day, trying to help my teammates, trying to be a good leader. It's something I kind of pray about every morning is just trying to, hope God, ask God to help me be a better leader. Because I think when you're a good leader, it starts to come full circle and it helps you in the long run.
A guy you felt mentor the last 2 seasons, of course, guy who wears number 18, Justin Jefferson. What do you expect from him, especially after the last 2 years, now into year 3?
There wasn't a whole lot of mentoring because I feel like halfway through
Did he
his rookie
mentor
year,
you a little bit?
Starting to mentor me and teaching me, how to do things at a high level and consistency. And I've learned a lot from him. But yeah, no, excited about what he can do. Obviously, it doesn't matter what offense he is in, he's going to do big things. But I think, again, with the rejuvenation of culture and leadership that we have, it's only going to just help him flourish.
He's rubbed off on the gear too. I see the cleats, I see the gloves.
That's right.
You see those things?
You gotta
keep up appearances,
yeah,
right?
We gotta have a little bit of gold out there. He's got the grill.
I was gonna say, he taught you the gritty. You gonna get a grill now?
I need one, but I don't know if I want to pay the check for it. But maybe if I get a fake one that looks real, then maybe we'll pull it off.
Why not?
Yeah,
why
exactly.
not? It's all about football business right now, but coming up in a few days, it's going to be all about softball. Thielen Foundation with the charity softball tournament back after missing the last 2 seasons. How excited are you for that? And just the way you've been able to build something in this state away from football. What does that mean to you and your wife, Kate?
Well, it's honestly more important than anything that I'll do on the field. I think when we first got here, we had great role models that had been doing that on this team for a long time and kind of really showed us the ropes with Chad Green and Brian Robeson. There's so many guys that kind of had showed us the ropes. Greg Jennings. There's so many guys that kind of just take advantage of what they do on the field to be able to provide for others that don't have those resources, opportunities, and it's exciting for us. This softball game to have the support of my teammates to be out there and take a night away from their families or whatever, and to support the Thielen Foundation, which is going right back into this community, which obviously means a lot to us, my wife and I, but also my teammates. It's exciting.
You look at the roster and the offensive guys and the defensive guys that are going to be going against each other. What does that say about you, do you think, as a person, whenever it means something to those guys as well to show up to support your event?
Yeah, I think it just proves our locker room, right? We got a lot of guys. When I go around talking, hey, you going to be able to make it? Guys are like, yeah, of course. Like, what do you mean? Like, why are you even asking me? So it's a little stressful, like making sure everyone's there because there's a lot of guys. But I'm excited. I think guys are excited about it. I think fans, it's a great opportunity. I was talking to someone the other day. It's almost like training camp for the fans, but we're not in any stress. So it should be a really good time and a great environment.
Just don't let that baseball swing mess up the golf swing, because you got a lot of golf, I'm assuming, this summer.
I thought about that, so I'm not playing in the home run derby for that exact reason, and I might bat left-handed so I don't mess up my golf swing, because that's important right now.